What's going on, ladies and gents? Digibus here, bringing you guys today our second operator review. We're talking about caviar. Caviar sounds good right now. I can't pronounce the chick's name. No, it's okay. You don't need to post how to pronounce her name in the comment section. I'm probably gonna butcher anyways, and it's gonna be a little bit too late because the video's already up. So helping me try to pronounce her by the time I learn it myself. Caviar, something like that. I'm terrible, as you couldn't tell, so excuse my pronunciation. So today we're going to be talking about the lovely psycho chick lady, and if you guys haven't already, you guys should go read her operator description that came with the game, her bio. It says how she's a little bit unstable, and she needs further testing to prove if she's a suitable Bopay operator, which is kind of badass in the long run. Her story's really awesome, and I actually enjoyed reading it, so I would suggest taking a look at it. It pretty much talks about her upgrowing, and just her way she can manipulate people, and she's really good at interrogation. Also, how she might be a little fucked up in the head. Anyways, let's talk about her in general. I don't know what it is about her, but I am a terrible player with her. Like, I understand that she's supposed to be a unique operator, her ability, her side ability, I'm going to classify it as, her weapons and all that, they're all different from what you're used to in Rainbow Six Siege. Her weapons do very little damage, but her pistol does very high damage. Her pistol comes with a suppressor and you can't take it off. It is extremely quiet. I'm pretty sure it's quieter than most other pistols, and it hits like a freaking truck. As you saw, it does 99 damage if you look at the at the damage statistic, but on top of that, it always downs people, even with a headshot, so you can get those interrogations. Now, a lot of times people associate her interrogation with her main ability. Her main ability and her interrogations have a lot to do with each other, but they can provide a different role with her. So, the Silent Step is her main ability. The interrogations is, like Thunderspear said, the icing on the cake. By the way, he's a really good player with her. I don't know what it is about him, but he really likes stealth play, so he really reaps the rewards from her. I've gotten a few interrogations off, nothing too much. But talking about the interrogations, that's what I kind of classify as her side ability, where you don't have to press the main active button for the ability, but you walk up to someone who's down, hold X, and you can gather information from them. Now, this here is what people try to focus too much on together on. How to get people downed is really simple. Her weapons do really low damage, as I stated before, so you can down them 9 times out of 10, and the pistol is usually a guaranteed down. On top of that, you want to be careful with the pistol, though, because if you overshoot them, you will kill them in the down and not out stage, so be careful you don't do that. Overall, if I had to choose between either of her primary weapons, I really don't know myself. The shotgun is always a half-decent choice, especially if you're getting right up close behind someone and you're sneaking around. That's usually a good idea because it's a shotgun. And then you have the SMG, which if you're trying to pick people off at range, I wouldn't really necessarily go with that because she might not be the best operator for that. If you're someone who enjoys window camping, spawn peeking, she's not the operator for you. Stick with your Jaegers, please. Other people would like to play her properly. Thank you very much. So her Silent Step ability allows her to travel practically without noise. Once you get up really behind someone, you can start to hear some audio, but it's not too drastic. And anyways, once you're right behind someone, it's pretty much too late for them. While she's in her Silent Step, if you perform the melee, she doesn't knife you, she punches you, which puts you in the down and not out stage, and you can proceed to interrogate someone. I guess that was a little bit tricky by what people saw in the trailer. If you could just tackle someone, I guess that wasn't the whole point of it. You punch them, they go down, you interrogate them, you get the information. The information will last about I don't know, I would say maybe around 10 seconds or so, maybe around that mark there. You can just see the icon of who the player is above their head. You don't get an outline of their body, so you can't give a direct position of where they are, but it will either help your teammates rush them or set up better defenses. As of now, since you just came out, everyone starts rushing the attackers for some reason, which is a terrible idea because the attackers know you're coming for them. The best thing you can do as an attacker is just wait it out, grab a corner. If they're going to rush you, they're going to rush you, or leave, wait for the spot to be done. As an attacker, we'll say your position has been compromised, and then what you do is you should probably wait in the area where you are, and then once the spotting is over, leave the area, enter a new way because they're going to be waiting for you on that angle. That's pretty much the best thing you can do to counteract if someone has been interrogated. When she is interrogating someone, you have to be careful though. It seems the hitboxes are a little bit fucky at the moment. if I'm interrogating someone and someone else comes over to save them or save their buddies being interrogated, there's more than likely, actually every time it's happened, when they shoot me, it winds up killing their friend. So if you guys get shot at, most times you'll wind up popping back up because they'll accidentally team kill, and you'll be standing there going, oh shit, what the fuck just happened? I thought I was dead, and then you wind up dying anyways. It happened to me a couple times, unfortunately, but I didn't know because, like, my first time it happened, I was like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, never mind, I'm not. And then I was dead again. Not really much else to talk about her abilities. Not her abilities. Her gadgets do come useful for what she can do. The Nitrocell is a Nitrocell. But the barbed wire, actually, if you use it strategically enough, will probably be the most rewarding out of the two because you can hear when people go to break it, when they walk through it, they're slowed down. So you can kind of, use an audio cue to run up behind someone, knock them out, get the info, and leave. Now, remember, something big I've been seeing everyone is people focus too much on the interrogations. I understand that the interrogations is what people want to focus on, but it is quite difficult. With people knowing that she is a new operator, people are going to try and travel together, protect each other, stuff like that. It's not hard to counter her, but if you're going to go in solo, and you get fucked, you're going to have a bad time. Wait for your team, make your team move up with you. If not, you're just going to have a really bad time overall. Because then you're going out getting interrogated, you're going to get a little salty, your team's probably going to get fucked. It's not going to be a good time for everyone in the building. But for the most part, I have to say she is definitely a good operator. Not for the newer people to Rainbow Six. You have to learn your maps, you need to know your way around, you need to have discipline on when to move, when not to move. If someone's down, don't rush the interrogation immediately because people are going to try and rush to kill you because they know someone's down. They're going, oh my god, they're about to get interrogated. We need to stop that, and then they're going to try and rush to kill you. So the best thing to do, honestly, is down someone, get ready for a Nitrocell, blow up a certain area if you hear them coming, stuff like that. Get ready to be rushed, because if you start interrogating someone and people are coming to revive their dead buddy, once again, you're both going to probably wind up dead for the most part. So just, yes, the best thing I can say with her is have as much patience as possible. If you don't, you're going to have a really bad time. You're not going to use her effectively, and you're going to lose out on a lot of that information. If you find yourself not being able to learn how well she works, I would suggest picking up Pulse. He can still kind of do about the same job, except you have to relay that information with your mouth for the most part. Pulse and her do make a deadly combo, but I actually find Valkyrie and her to be even more of a strategic combo, because Pulse, for the most part, you can hear his heartbeat sensor. They kind of, if someone hears the heartbeat sensor or IQ picks it up, they might find both of you. On top of that, Pulse is a very strong operator that should be used for aggression. He has that MTN. I don't know what the hell happened to my face there. My face hole just decided not to talk properly. He has the M1014, which is a devastating shotgun as it is. So I'd really suggest pairing her with Valkyrie. Valkyrie is her cameras. If you place them in and around the area, you can go hide off somewhere, use the cameras to your advantage, sneak around people. On that, it's going to be a good time. I'd also suggest shooting out a lot of the trapdoors, so you can drop down to different levels, get behind people, interrogate them more. Pretty much the more movement options you have with this lady, the better, and you have her silent step on top of that, which will ultimately allow you to move quietly. Now, just remember, when you are in the silent step, your melees will knock out. As I said before, you can only use your pistol. You can still ADS. You can still sprint. You can still do whatever. The only thing that happens is if you rip a Nitrocell, your silent step will end. If you pull out your primary, your silent step will end. So try not to do that, or else you're going to have a really bad time, because people will hear you. Also, they'll probably wind up hearing you swapping weapons. On top of that, they'll wind up hearing you rip a Nitrocell and blah, blah, blah. I guess they didn't want to be overpowered, the fact where I could run up silently behind you, shoot you 3 times in the back with a shotgun and leave. You probably don't want to wind up with that happening. It would be a bad time. Overall, the maps I say she would be most successful on. The favela map does have a lot of hidey holes, but it is very destructible, so it's definitely been an okay map for results for her. The Hereford base has actually turned out to be quite a good map for her, just because popping out of nowhere when people get too zoned in on something, you can pop out of nowhere, snap someone's neck, it'd be a good time. Bank is a very good area too, because Bank, it seems that the objectives are very isolated from each other, so if you hide just off in East Bumblefuck and you come down to flank someone, you can probably pick up a good interrogation, which will be a good time. You just have to remember, though, when the timer starts to go down, you don't want to linger yourself out, because once you start becoming the last operator alive and they start securing the area and they realize that you're not in the area, that's when Capitão walks right in with his crossbow, locks down the area where you want to come in, and you're just not going to have a good time with his fire arrow. They're going to kill you. Your weapons have like minimal damage. Her pistol, once again, is very strong though. So yeah, you're not going to want to isolate yourself too much, so make sure you keep an eye on that timer. Start to bring yourself in. If you camp out for too long, you're going to have a bad time overall, and your team's probably going to fucking hate you on top of that as well. So without further ado, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I'll be covering the new map Favela. On top of that, Operator Week is still going on. If you guys haven't already, go check out the Viking as Viking video. We have a vote for a fan-made CTU that you guys want to see on Sunday. I believe the Dutch are on the lead currently. I see a lot of comments where people are like, please do this. If you guys want us to do that, like I said, the vote's over there, because you might want to check that out, because your CTU that you've been asking for is probably in the vote over there. So without further ado, once again, I'm the Dangerous Beast, and I'll see you, Sexy Beast, in the next episode. Peace.